joethefinanceguy.com.
BowmanDigitalMedia.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cup of Joe. I pulled a Joe Stepke. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, no, you didn't, because I'm getting better at it. So, no. Oh, you didn't. Joe Stepke.
I was like, I know what I'm doing, but I couldn't figure out which area to be in. Anyways, got a little rust. Hello, Karen. Welcome to the show. We got Timothy. We got Gracie. We got Joshua Lee. I'm excited. Look, if y'all don't know who Joshua Lee is, you want to follow him. He is one of my friends from our special group, Joe.
Special group?
He's a coin carrier as well. Anyways, he's a big deal on LinkedIn, and his wife and I believe they're in Austin, Texas. I had a meeting with this guy, let's say a couple months ago, and we hit it off. We could be super close. I'll bet you he knows that Superman could be Batman in a fight too. So
I don't know. I'd have to get a good look at him. I mean, from what I could see, I got to enlarge this a little bit. But from what I could see, I think he would go. I think he's going to go Batman.
You think he's going to go Batman? All right, Josh. No pressure. No pressure. But your whole future with me.
No, it
Joe
isn't. Don't believe him. No, stop that.
It just hinges on this one question: who's beating who? Is Superman and Batman with all their gadgets and all their powers? There's no exclusions here. Do you think that the people who wrote the movie got it right, or do you think that common sense prevails and Superman crushes Batman from a distance? Anyways, that's how I think it's going to go.
No, I don't think so. I think
Timothy Griggs runs a company here in California. Timothy is a former client of mine. In fact, I think I owe you or maybe it's already on the books, but we're supposed to have a meeting, I believe, right, Timothy? So let me know if I'm lagging there. Gracie, are you coming out to the Supercharger on August 4th? I would love to have you there if you can. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, let's talk about it. We'll talk about it later in the show, I'm sure. And then my brother from another mother, Brady McCallahan, he's been gone from church, man. Brady's a traveling guy. His job takes him all over the place, kind of like mine does. But anyways, I miss Brady when he's not around. And he says, appreciate your brother. Yes, but that doesn't answer the question, Josh. We're not letting you off the hook here. You really do have to answer this thing for us. And it is Austin, Texas. I was pretty sure on that. Dude, such a hard question. I know, but it shouldn't be. It should be really easy. It's like, okay, does superpowers trump toys? I mean,
I don't, and I'm looking.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh wait,
I'd probably have to just
Deadpool.
Josh, I'm glad you're a coin carrier, and I'll just keep smiling.
Josh,
that's it. But
don't worry, brother. I'll get you whatever he takes away from you in detractors. I will add to you times 3. I will help you out. I like this too. Superman can rewind time. That's a good point, Joe. That is a good point.
So you're basing that all on Superman going around the Earth and going
faster than a speeding bullet. Faster than a speeding bullet. Faster than a speeding bullet.
I got you. I know.
All right.
I saw Superman 2, the movie. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Sure.
See, we've derailed the whole show. We're going to talk about QR codes today, ladies and gentlemen. I know QR codes is an interesting thing because if you don't know what I'm talking about, Joe, do you have yours? Do you have yours handy?
Do I have it on my phone?
I'll pull it up. No, I'll pull it up. Hang on. I got you, brother. So if you're not familiar with a QR code, it's kind of like one of those things where it needed a refresh or a reboot, because when they first came out, I think a lot of people didn't like them because you had to download an app. I'm believing was the issue. But anyways, you had to have this app on your phone to use it. So a lot of people didn't use it. But I just made one of these things for Joe, the finance guy. So the reason why I made a post. I did one for my own company, for Bowman Digital Media. And Joe goes, "Oh, I really like it. Can you make me one too?" And I'm like,
"You made it right away for me."
Yes, I did. I dropped everything for my friend. Yes, I did. And I made this thing. So if you have a camera phone or a tablet, you just open up your camera and you start to like take a picture of this thing, and then it recognizes it and it says, "Hey, do you want to open do you want to open this website? That's basically what they're for. They can do a few things, like you can send emails with it and stuff like that too. So they're actually smart. But yeah, Brady, look, Brady's adding to the Brady is adding to the conversation because Brady is one of my smart friends. He says quick response code. That's what QR stands for, is quick response. And Mariella says Yoda. Sorry for the typo. What was that? Oh, have you seen Baby Yoda? Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen the. It was the Mandalorian, right, Joe? I'm on fire, bro.
Yeah, it's the Mandalorian. I'm
The
sorry, I was
Mandal-
sitting on Facebook and because I need my I'm I tried to invite and I did it all at the last minute, but I needed my I need some teams to stick up for me on this whole
Joe,
Superman thing. I'm
Joe,
still on
you're
the
not
whole
gonna find anybody. You're not gonna find anybody who's gonna take me on Superman versus Batman because yours is an emotional argument, not a logical argument. But
No,
look
it's
at
a
this
logical argument with the kryptonite and everything else. He would never.
with the toys. I get you. Hey, if you could get the kryptonite into Superman somehow, then definitely it would work.
Right,
But
which
the
he's
guy is bulletproof, bro. He's bulletproof. Anyways, we could talk DC. Look at this comment. You love this comment. We could talk DC versus Marvel for a couple of hours. And Joshua, just so you know, Joe is one of the few that I know. Well, first of all, he's a total nerd at this stuff, but also he loves both, right? You don't have a rivalry there, right, Joe? You're
Yeah, no. I love
you love both.
both of them. Like on my wall right now, like the Hush figure, like, and I know you guys can't see it, but the Hush figure series.
They could. All you have to do, we've done this before, Joe. Take the camera and
Yeah, but I don't. It's on my laptop, and if I.
Hey, what if you join on your phone too? Can you do that?
Oh my God, I didn't even. Very good, good idea.
You have the link. I can add you a second time.
Yep, I'll do it right now. I did.
Hey, we are going to challenge the technical prowess of our.
Yeah,
of our
we sure are because we're doing it now.
All right, so I think I got all the comments on there. If I missed one of your comments, guys, I'm sorry, but you can ask us. Look, this is an interactive show. It's very much like Seinfeld, as I said in the show description. Our show is really not about anything specific. It's just
Correct.
Joe and I having fun. If you're like the first time here, and actually, Joe, while you're doing that, let's do some business. All the views of this show, written or verbally expressed, however we express them, are those solely of Ira Bowman and Joe Stepke, aka Joe the Finance Guy, and not that of Acima Credit or Rent-A-Center. Not that we're saying that they disagree with us. We're just saying it's our ideas and our opinions, not theirs. Just officially, there's some legalese that we like to get out of the way, just so Joe doesn't have to worry about. You guys have industry regulations and stuff that you gotta right? That's what it is about, I think. Anyways, so there you go.
What do we call this? What do we call it, Joe? What do they do? It's like a sports cam or whatever.
Joe? Yeah, do it. It doesn't really matter because the only one who can see the name. Oh no, I guess it does matter. Yeah, call it the Bat Cave. That's what you call it. Bat Cam. Bat Cam. Boom.
I already had.
Okay, but you got to mute the sound on that one.
Doing it as we speak.
Yeah, you just got to mute. Okay. Now we can see that the green screen.
Now can I turn this around?
Yeah. Just turn your camera around.
Listen, it's not as easy as you think it is.
Yeah, just take your hand and flip it around, bro.
Oh.
Like you have a wrist. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That. All right.
That's all we got to do.
Yeah, you're right.
This is what he looks at. When you see Joe, this is what Joe sees. There's a Deadpool right there. I could see that.
And yeah, that's Deadpool's head and stuff.
I want to see that Spidey, man. That looks big. He looks like he needs to be dusted, though.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
Wow. I didn't ever think about.
Can I make him big? Hang on. I wonder. Can I? Hang on. Yeah, I can. Look at that. Oh, snap. That's cool. Okay, so this is the green screen. This is right to the side of Joe. There's Hulk. And Wolverine. Wolverine's one of my favorites. Oh, it froze up, Joe. Now we're good. We're good. Keep going. You're good.
And remember, I can't hear you. Well, I could, but
it's all right. I'm just sitting here appreciating the view, man.
All right, we'll go out to the.
Gonna go to this. This is part 2. Okay, so this is the outer sanctuary here.
Logan, I'm on
the phone. Look at all that stuff. What is that we're listening to? Is that a TV?
So, no. That's actually me. But this is a. It's one of the. They had this on Deadpool 2, and I got a replica of it. So pretty cool. Going around. That. Some other stuff. Other figures.
So if you're just tuning in, what we're seeing here is Joe's basement. We call this the Bat Cave. Now, this is the outer room, and then he's got the inner room. So it's pretty cool. My cup of Joe is cough suppressant. Are you sick, Brady? That's not cool.
All right, we good? We good?
Yeah, I think we've seen quite a bit there. That's a lot. Look, this is what we got. This is what we got from Sabrina, who is. There we go. So that's a lot, but I'm actually not surprised. Yeah. All right, so let's go back to this way, and then we'll.
You took me off, right? Good.
Yeah, it's done.
Come on, why isn't it going? There it goes. Great, good.
There we go. All right. Anyways,
time is done.
Hey, we do have a question. What's in the fridge? Is that a drinks fridge? Or
there's power shakes, water, stuff for my son and myself.
Like snacks and stuff.
Yeah, I like snacks and stuff like that.
Gotcha. And we don't have any extra refrigerator space for anything but food in our house. There's too many of us.
And sorry if there was a little bit of clutter, but
hey, that was a pop quiz. Just for any of you, like, he had no fair warning. That was it. Like, hey, turn your camera around.
Right. That is very true. So that was there because there was comic books on the, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but on the one table where you see Wolverine and Hulk in that statue, I got that probably about a month or two ago. And there's a bunch of comic books, and the comic book is actually called Berserker, BRSKR, and it has Keanu Reeves in it, and they're supposedly going to be making a movie on that too. So I got the first 10 comic books.
There you go.
Yeah. So
let me ask you a question. What's the oldest thing that you have in your collection?
The oldest thing is a Secret Wars Wolverine.
Secret Wars Wolverine. What year was it made? Do you know?
1980. No, 7. I don't know. It's in there, and it's in a case, so there's no way I could. And actually, it's behind the light now, so I don't even see it. But
okay,
I didn't think the whole thing through when I was putting the light stuff up when we talked last time about putting it behind my desk.
Yeah,
I didn't think the whole thing through about
maybe what you're blocking off.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more questions about the Batcave. So the first thing that anybody knows, it's wall to wall. In the room the inner room that you're in is wall to wall, and then the outer room is a lot wall to wall. There's a little bit of space, it looks like, left over. But at what point does your wife come down and kick your butt and say enough is enough?
Well, the funny thing is, believe it or not, she does not.
She loves it.
And I'll tell you why, because even when her mother was still, my wife's mother was still alive, they would always shop for me. I was the easiest person to shop for because they would just go buy.
Anything comics.
Correct. And they I mean, she really doesn't. I don't think I've ever heard from her like, listen, enough's enough. She not about that. Never.
But you guys have, I mean, a lot of that stuff's worth a lot of money now. So, in a sense, it's like you're gaining money as they age, right? Because you don't take them out of the box. It's pristine. Everything's pristine.
Correct. I don't take them out of the box. However, in the beginning, I did on accident because I was setting up a diorama or whatever. Like, here I am, like,
Joe, you were playing with the toys.
no, I really wasn't playing with them. I was 20 something years old, out of the military, and I liked the X-Men cartoon. And so I got the figures on my birthday from I got two figures, Wolverine and Mr. Sinister, from Lisa and John Suteo. They're on Facebook, and great people. This was down in Florida when I lived in Boca, and I was taking them out and I was setting them up so I would go around. I was watching the cartoon. Here I am, 20 something on my time off. I always loved watching cartoons. Hey, Tim. And I'm putting up these different things on, like, just in settings, like battle settings.
Yeah.
And I went to the comic book store one day because I was getting my comics for the week or whatever. And I saw Beast in a package behind their counter, and it was $50. And I went like this, and I was buying them all like 3 for $10 from KB toy stores at the time. And I go like this, that's worth $50? He goes, yeah. I go, well, that's awesome. I got that, but I don't have that thing or whatever. So the guy's eyes lit up a little bit like it was some sort of variant figure. And he goes like this, you do? And I go, yeah, I probably threw it away or something like that when I opened it up and put it out. He goes, oh, it's open? I go, yeah. He goes, well, it's not worth $50 then. That's when I learned, oh, it's worth more when it's in the box.
Right.
Because
right.
I wasn't the comic books, the figures or whatever. I was actually reading the comic books because I actually liked the storyline. It wasn't to preserve them or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
So I went back, everything I had that I actually collected, I went back and I had to find it again to keep them brand new in the box.
You know what's funny?
What?
I think this is funny. So Tim comes on and says, what's up, y'all? And we've got Tim also watching, and I think he thought you were talking to him, which, Tim, we would never discriminate here, but it's not the way we are. But he was just, I think, responding to that. So I think you caught Tim like, hey, what? Both Tims, hello. My brother's name is Tim, but I bet you he's not watching because he hasn't said anything either. So there you go.
Right.
Anyways, all right. So you learned to keep them in the box. I know to keep them in the box, but my wife won't let me have that stuff because we have room. My house is full.
I didn't know at the time.
It's all right. You learned it. You learned that kind of early, though. I mean, it's not like you had a ton of them.
Right. That's true. And I started everything out at basically 21 years old, and that's when I started.
Let me ask you this. I don't think we've ever talked about this on the show before because your name is Joe, obviously. And G.I. Joe was actually, I think.
No, never.
Yeah. So why not? I mean, it's in your name. You were in the military. It makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Tim got a chuckle out of the Tim thing.
Yeah. That wasn't a me. I just didn't like G.I. Joe. I don't know why.
It might have been because I think G.I. Joe came out when you were a teenager already, right?
Well, I know it was out like around the same time, same animation as Transformers, and it actually came out. The comic book came out before, but it also goes straight in line with. I used to hate Sloppy Joes because of the name.
But I think it came out exactly the same time as Transformers. I bet if we look that up, it's like 80-ish, like 81, 82, something like that.
Well, I know that it's in like when I watch like some of the 80 stuff that I do, it's they talk about because G.I. Joe is boring. You're right. Thank you, hun.
Who said that?
My wife.
What? I don't agree. G.I. Joe is awesome. You know what I liked about G.I. Joe? Is they always had that. It was like entertainment, but it was also they were trying to teach a good moral. Like there was always a moral to the story. I like that part of it.
Steve, thanks for being here.
Plus, Snake Eyes was my favorite. I was going to ask you.
Have you seen the movies? I like the movies.
So,
I just don't like. It wasn't my thing. Mutants.
My kids really weren't quite interested in the G.I. Joe stuff. You know what I mean? So for the movies, I think I watched one of them at home, but yeah.
Well, if
I
you
did.
like Snake Eyes, I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, no, I think that's the one I saw, and I think that's why I saw it. Because
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think it was on.
but I remember as a kid, he was like just, I mean, ninjas. What are you
Yeah,
gonna do? Yeah, what are you gonna
right.
do? Anyways, all right, we can talk about something else. So, Joe, your highlight of the week. If you had to pick up, let's do this. Your personal highlight. We'll come back. We'll do business in a minute. But your personal highlight of the week. What would it be?
Personal highlight of the week. Wow. Um, I actually had a bunch of them because I tried. Remember how we talked about me doing like I'm taking pictures as I'm going around to my retailer?
Yeah, you're doing a good job with that. You're still doing it.
I'm loving where like playing Where's Waldo, Where's Joe the
Yeah.
finance
Where's
guy?
Joe, finance guy today? And
Right.
then he's taking pictures with his clients. I think it's smart. That's
And
business,
then
but
tagging the clients.
yeah.
And it's going twofold to show them, listen, this is what we all should do. Like when a customer comes in and they buy something from you, tag them and take a picture.
Yeah.
But I did my first. I know we do the shows and I know that they're live. I've never ever taken my phone and done a Facebook Live video before, ever. And I did it for the first time today. So
That's what I'm talking about. The best sound ever, the firepower on Cobra.
I see, but I haven't seen it. So
We'll have to Google it.
yeah, firepower on Cobra. But yeah, my best highlight was doing the video, the Facebook Live video with Greg Uloho for Uloho Superstore today in front of his store.
He did that today, right? That's cool.
And the SEMA banner was in the background. And Greg, he actually, and Greg, if you're watching this, sorry, I'm going to talk about what you and I, he said something to me today, and he goes like this, loyalty means a lot to me. And he filled my bucket. He really did. As I was listening to him, and he's a very smart businessman. And when he was talking, and he goes like this, when you come in and you say something that it's something I need, I trust you. I know that, and I know you wouldn't steer me wrong. And that meant just so much to me when he said it. And that was probably the highlight of the day. That's not the reason why I did the Facebook Live, because I already planned on doing a video or taking pictures with them anyways.
Yeah.
And Mike that was there, Mike actually was holding the camera, and Mike Houston, as a matter of fact. I know I tagged him as Mike Jones, but whatever. And then Greg's son was there, and Greg's son actually, he's lost 70 pounds.
Wow.
And he's like buff. And him and I talked about like my nephew that was doing it, and he was doing it at the same time. And it's great that I get to see, like Greg always posts pictures about what he's done. So that was the highlight. That right there, seeing the retailers this week and then ending Friday with that was just awesome.
Did you watch any movies or anything fun on TV this week?
Well, no, the only thing that I think I caught up, I've been really busy this week. So coming back from vacation, I'm trying to visit all the retailers before the end of the month. And I've been doing like at least 20 to 24 visits a day.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been, and I've been going.
So you're in and you're out because you don't have time to do much else.
No, no, there's some, because I could check my times on how long I've stayed. There's some where I'm chatty Cathy, whatever. It was somebody asked me a question about business and how can I do better on social media? It's not something that's going like this. Well, tag a couple people on there. See you later. Goodbye. No, they really want an answer. I want to be able to walk them through the logic. But
we could talk about that. We could park on that for a second. Sure. This week, I've never been a big proponent of video on LinkedIn because LinkedIn, for whatever reason, the algorithm has not been kind.
It, right?
Yeah, it's not been kind to videos, but I've done a couple funny videos this week. In fact, I got both of them from Imgur, like I know you do. And I did something a little bit different because, me, I'm all about branding and I'm trying to make sure everybody gets credit and stuff. So what I've been doing is I've added the video credit Imgur URL at the front of the video. So the first 5 seconds it's playing that, and then I've added my logo. I've just put it over the corner, right in the corner, so my logo's there the whole time. Yesterday I did that. I had oh my gosh, it was like 20,000 views in 12 hours on a video. I mean, the video was a parrot feeding a dog, so it's kind of funny. But you know, I'm just saying, if people haven't tried it, they should try it, because a regular video that's longer. See, one of the things I like about these Imgur videos is they're very short, so the file sizes are smaller. But then also, we focus so much in business on the education part and the information part. I think what people forget is there's also a component of social media where people are there to laugh and kind of get away from the pressure of everyday life. So if you can give them some type of education and entertainment at the same time, and it doesn't have to be so deep, you know what I mean? Like you can just let it stand for what it is. But the reason why I did the branding is you're going to get a lot of shares on those funny videos.
Correct.
So I had like 15 shares. So anyways, for a single day post for a video to get that many views and that many shares, I'm definitely going to be doing more of it. I was thinking of you the whole time. I'm like, I just want to try it and see how it goes.
You're thinking of me the whole time. Oh,
because that's one of the places in our philosophies or our strategies where we have differed, right? And I know you got that idea from Corey Warfield, which Corey obviously in his own right has a huge network too. So I'm just trying some new things, and it worked out good.
I'm proud of you. I think that's awesome. You did it.
Yeah. Well, and I did it twice. I tried two different ways. I tried one. I imported my own music. It was a little bit more work because the bear one, I don't know if you saw this, Joe, but I did one. A bear walks into the scene. They have a mirror attached to a tree. The bear walks in. He sees the mirror, but he doesn't see the mirror like we would. He sees the reflection. He sees another bear. So anyways, I found music that kind of matched that before he was aware of the mirror and after he was aware of the mirror, right? Like
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, you
have to check it out. So I did both of those, but the second one I didn't change the music. I just went with it's nothing interesting. It's just background noise with the parrot feeding the dog. But I wanted to see how much work was needed, because you do that too, right? You download them and then you upload them.
Now it depends. Sometimes
you want it to be able to play. Like, let's just, for anybody who wants to do this, you want to make sure you can play it right there on LinkedIn.
Correct.
So the first time I did it, I made a mistake, Joe, because I copied the link and shared the link from Imgur thinking that it would be able to play, and it didn't. Like if you share a link
video,
if you share a link from YouTube, it'll do that. You could play it right there. So as long as you can play it on LinkedIn, then you're good.
Yeah, usually I download the video, I give credit. Now I've seen some different ways of how people give credit to the
and I tried that two different ways too.
Yeah. And I like your way. I do like it.
I'm just infusing it on the video itself, because I'm thinking about this from a responsibility standpoint. If people take my post and share it but don't share what I write, they could get in trouble, and I don't want people to get in trouble. So I figured if I infuse it, embed it, if you will.
I think that's a great.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to be responsible. So Imgur gets her credit and nobody gets in trouble.
Right. And I really think it's a good idea. One of the things I do like about those videos is that, some of the ones, and I'll go back, the most popular video I ever had was the one where the two little kids riding the bike, the one fell off and the other kid went to help him. And so he threw down his bike almost like a boss and just went over there and picked him up and helped him along. And I like that one.
That's my favorite one that you did. And that's where I'm like, okay, because you've had some really good ones. In fact, I mean, I think most people know this. If you know me at all, I'm a graphic designer, right? So you've had some where they were painting, like the guy was painting the trees and it made it look like it was invisible. And,
oh my gosh, that one was
incredible.
That was the first one that went really a lot, and I was actually surprised. And
you had, remember, like the one they were sitting on the bench and they painted somebody next to him, and it looked like there was multiple people on.
Right. Yep.
I mean, you've had all kinds of fun ones over the last couple of years since you've
Yep.
been doing it, but
and Corey would say, he goes, Joe, you found your niche. And it was just, and that's when I would start I would take the videos and use motivational type things or just different sayings. And it has to come to me because I'll look at a bunch of videos.
yeah, to curate takes a while.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will tell people. To curate, it does take a while. But let's talk about the effectiveness of that for just a second, because when you started that, I remember you were at 14,000 followers. Yeah, followers. I don't know if your connections are exactly
probably even less.
I'm sorry. No, I think it was 14,000. I think you and I had that conversation. Anyways, but now you're 28. You're at 28, right? 29, right. Something like
that. And just for everybody, I am not. And yes, I've doubled it. And I've been on LinkedIn for a long time, and I think I doubled it in 2 years. But I have not followed through, as much being on LinkedIn.
Oh no, you've been largely gone for the last few months.
Right. I mean, 6 months. That when I get on and I'm posting or doing stuff, what is it? Michael Connor, Tina Oliver, Nick Dorsey. Oh my God, there's a Joe Stepke sighting. Like it's like that.
Hey, it's just like, when I see you, here comes Batman. Here it comes.
Yeah. So right, exactly. And
but I also text you affectionate Batman stuff.
I know you do, and that's why. And if anybody ever wants me, they can text me, and I'll get on right away on certain things. But when I'm working, my brain is in a different mode. Yeah. Which we all know. So
you and I don't have too many emergencies where we have to get a hold of each other, but we can when we need to.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Joe. So
even that, I wanted to when I called you today just to say happy birthday to your wife, but hey, we won't talk about that on the show. That's all right.
We can talk about it, Alicia, if you want.
Happy birthday, Alicia.
Did you see? Let me pull this up. I'll pull it up. So I shared on Facebook and Instagram actually. I did share on Instagram too. Pink. We did pink pictures. The story, the backstory here while I'm pulling them up. My daughter, as many of you know, obviously is sick, right? Lizzie is really sick. So for a while she was, there we go. So there's my wife with the pink hair. It's her birthday today. She's 45. I'm only telling you because she just posted this on Facebook. She's like, I'm having a midlife crisis. Dyed my hair pink. And now
I think it looks good.
She goes, now I'm closer to 50 than I am 40. I'm just going to start rounding up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I told you we were old at 27. I had my midlife crisis at 27. So anyways, this is what she really looks like most of the time because she's blind as a bat. She has to have glasses on, but this is the social media side she wants to show people. But there's Lizzie before she had the dye in, but we were going to church last night. We're doing a ministry thing. Actually, we did it last night, tonight, and we'll finish it up on Saturday. We're putting together booklets that have some of the books of the Bible in them, and they're going to pass them out in the Philippines. I think it's the Book of John and the Book of Romans for those who are curious. But anyways, there's a couple more. Yeah, there you go. We were having some fun. I think most of you guys know that I'm a photographer, so we like to have fun. But anyways, it's Alicia's birthday. She's being a little dramatic, but it's cool. I took her for a coffee this morning, not realizing that she got a free coffee from Starbucks. So I intended to be the hero, and then I got it for free. So I bought myself a coffee and dragged her with me. Then I was going to take her to lunch today because we're going to be at church tonight. So we can't go to a fancy dinner tonight. So I don't feel like I really have done enough for my wife today. But
and that's how come I text you. Did you really want to do this today? I'm actually taking off my tie because.
Oh yeah, no, we're good because it's only 3:36 here. It's not like, you know what I mean. So, anyways, tonight we'll be going back to church to put these books together. In fact, if you're on Facebook and you join my church page, Moreno Valley Baptist Church, Lighthouse of Moreno Valley. Anyways, you can see all the pictures I took from last night. But Saturday night, I'll take her out on a fancy dinner. We'll do something fancy. But what was I gonna say? Oh, her present. I kind of feel bad, but it's honestly, I gave her choice, and it's what she wanted. So you guys know, yeah, exactly. Sabrina knows. And happy birthday, she said. Well said, Ira. I'm not sure what I said there, but thank you. Happy birthday to Alicia. Somebody's trying to call me. I don't know. People are trying to sell me stuff all day. You still have the weekend. Exactly. That's the whole point. So Saturday night we'll be doing something fancy. But her birthday present, let me know what you guys think of this. Is this lame-o or is it super cool? Because we have 8 kids, and trust me when I tell you, my kids don't like to clean. I don't know if any kid likes to clean, but my kids definitely do not like to clean. So it's a constant battle around here to keep stuff clean. But I said, hey, what if I get a maid service to like really do a deep dive? In fact, the maid service that I hired called it a deep dive cleaning service. So for the size house that we have is 3,400 square feet. So 3,400 square feet, they're going to send 2 people, a 2-person team. They're going to be here for 5 hours. So that's the birthday present. Is that lame-o or is that?
And how much?
It's $450 because I live in California. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
I don't know. That's what I'm doing for her. That's what I'm doing for her birthday. I'm taking her out to a nice dinner too.
Yep.
Don't forget the free coffee. But I did intend to take her out to lunch. But you know what? She told me this morning. She's like, "Hey, I've got lunch coming." I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, "I've got a special lunch coming for us." They're like, "What do you mean?" So my wife loves Indian food, and anyways, there was some Indian food that she wanted to try. So she had ordered it for today, so she went to get it. But I felt like, man, I was gonna do something. We probably would have ended up for Indian food anyways, honestly, because I know she likes it. We go for her when we're going out for her. We're usually gonna go out for some great tacos if we can find them. Love tacos. Indian food or Thai food. Those are the 3 main ones for her. For me, Joe, I know you'll appreciate this. It's Italian food all day, baby. Yeah. Real Italian food, not.
I know, but I can't have it anymore. Actually, I had sausages and peppers last night.
That's Italian as it gets right there.
It is, but I didn't get to have
put it on a sandwich for me, but
I didn't get to have the sandwich or
give me
the
some bread.
pasta.
My wife is being good, man. She had, was it chicken sandwiches? Yeah, it was chicken sandwiches, and she got this ciabatta bread, and she ended up putting hers on lettuce. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, wait a minute now.
She wrapped it up in lettuce. Huh?
I do that a lot. Like, so I do the intermittent fasting. I'm
right. And I turned mine up, by the way.
What?
I turned mine up, so now I'm doing 12 to 12 noon. I can eat from noon to 9 p.m. So I'm doing the 9 hours eating.
Good.
15 hours off.
Good.
Yeah.
That's all.
And that's been harder for me because that hour, like that 10 to 10:30 hour, my body's used to eating a little something right there.
Right.
So it is. But what I'm doing, like I'm supposed to, is I'm just drinking water at that time, and it's helping me to curb it.
And I do the same thing. I drink water. I drink a little like a keto fast fuel in the mornings or something like that. But yes, I do the same thing.
You see me doing this, it's because my water bottle's leaking on my beard.
Sure.
Sorry. It's a little drool.
Sorry, I was trying to get the gray out of mine.
They're asking me if I want to dye my beard pink to be part of. We're using the hashtag for Lizzie. We're using Team Lizzie. And so that post I put up yesterday with the pink pictures, I said, Team Lizzie is gone pink. And so now Mike O'Connor said, did you dye your chest hair pink? I'm like, actually, that would be easier for me than my goatee is pretty short, it turns out.
Yeah, but I think you should do your goatee pink.
Did you notice I've been growing my hair back? That's new this week.
Yeah, I've noticed.
You can't see it. It's there.
No, I could tell.
I have my supercharger coming up on August 4th, which is like 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks away. And so now I'm thinking, okay, so Let me finish this real quick and then I'll tell you
Okay,
about that. So I'm going to be on stage and on video and get pictures and all that stuff in less than 2 weeks. And I'm thinking that my hair at that point would be like 6 weeks old. If you guys have ever grown your hair out from like shaving it bald or whatever, and you get to that 6 week mark, it's really calicky and wild at that point. So I'm like, what do I do? You know
why
what?
aren't you going bald for? I mean, why aren't you
Check
doing?
this. Check this out. Pink logo shirt. That is a great idea. I could definitely do that. Ryan's been growing his out as well. You know what, Ryan? I noticed your hair a little bit, but what I really noticed, Ryan, was that beard is looking good, bro. This guy's beard is filling out. Like he just retired from the military, and as all people who retire from the military do, because they get the freedom to do whatever the hell they want with their hair.
Right, and they don't shave anymore. Yep.
Right, for like 6 months, and then they
But
get tired.
yeah, you're right. And then what happens? We hate it when it gets too long, and
Yeah.
we have to shave it.
When you
But-
start eating your hair, that's when it's like, okay, it's time to
Yeah.
do
But
something.
I do that. I stop. I don't like to. That's why I have to shave it. I mean, I keep the goatee because Jen likes it. But
See, this length, I actually like this length. I don't like this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's kind of like patchy right there because this is my silver patch. I don't have gray hair. I have silver hair.
it makes you look distinguished.
Something. It drives me nuts. I wish it would be one color, one way or the other.
Let's see. I think mine is all silverish gray or whatever.
You're handsome. You're handsome either way.
Yeah, but my wife loves me the way I am.
And
She
you can rock a fedora like nobody's business.
Yeah,
I showed you this. I showed you this though, Joe. Right? You know I do hats, but I usually do ball caps, and I got this one.
And it looks good.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
It's funny because I didn't go to the store to buy this. I went to the store to buy something like this, but when I went to Memphis, Tennessee, I forgot my hat, and it was going to be 100 degrees there all 3 days, and I had no hair on my head, and I'm like, I am going to burn, and it's going to be miserable. So I'm like, I just have to buy whatever the store has. Well, I bought it at like 10 o'clock at night, so I bought it at a convenience store, and this was the only hat they had. So I bought it. There wasn't even a price tag on it. I didn't know how much it was. I didn't really care. I was like, I need that hat. And so they sold it to me. But anyways, to get to your question before, what is the supercharger? So I am very, very excited about this supercharger. In fact, I'll probably be doing more of them in a city near you. When I say you, I mean all of you watching. So stay tuned for details because it's kind of like a TEDx talk, but it's a little bit different. So what I'm doing is I'm really doing 3 things all together. We're doing a LinkedIn training. It's an hour-long class by me. So I'm going to be teaching people how to basically use LinkedIn in a way to get better engagement. Now, if you're looking for automation, if you're looking for, like easy button stuff, this isn't the training for you. But if you're looking to do it the way I do it and to actually engage with people, I do all my own posts. I don't have a virtual assistant. Nothing is automated. It's all me. So if you want to learn how I do it and what I do to build friendships and relationships and really focus on the part of it that most people forget, which is the comment section, because that really is where the money is made. It's the comments. So I'm going to be teaching that for an hour in this supercharger, but also I have 8 other speakers and myself. So there's 9 total speakers. We're going to be giving up to a 20-minute speech each. These speeches are, every one of these people is in a different industry. They have different specialties. So the challenge to them was this: share something that the audience can then take to be better at their own business or better at their own networking. So either or. We've got people talking about HR stuff. I've got people talking about crypto. I've got people talking about, I'm just trying to go through the list here in my mind. I shouldn't have done this. Gym, health and wellness. I should pull up the list so I don't forget anybody.
What's Ryan's wife going through?
She's talking about how to increase diversity and make diversity more a part of your life in general, which I think might just be the superstar of the show. In fact, Corey Haber, who is an Aflac rep, works with Sherma. Sherma is an insurance organization. She's going to have Brianna Jackson, Ryan's wife, do a 45-minute talk on that. She's been looking for somebody to do that, to talk about diversity. Anyways, because she saw the stuff on the supercharger, she's like, hey, I would love to have her talk. I'm like, I'm sure she would do it. Just ask. You know what I mean? So anyways, this is happening on August 4th, Thursday. It's completely free. We're providing lunch. We're providing coffee. We're providing door prizes. I mean, this is actually going to be pretty neat. And the audience can come for free. All they have to do is go on our event page and register for the free ticket, because for insurance purposes and liability purposes, I have to have a roster for the venue. So you can't just show up and not have a ticket. You have to have a ticket to get in. But I'm looking at doing one around Houston for sure. I'm looking at doing one in Miami. I'm looking at doing one in New York City, and I'm looking at doing one somewhere in Indianapolis, Joe. Just so
well, that's great, because I've heard there's a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people putting their comments in about that.
I'm not even kidding. So this is one of those things, and here's what's going to be interesting. So this one, really, I don't have a co-host. This one I'm hosting. So
if you did it in Indianapolis, I was gonna.
Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking for co-hosts who can help me, like, pick the venue and coordinate the day and all that stuff, and maybe even MC, which I have Joel Cleland, who is the CEO of a cryptocurrency called Centric Foundation. He's going to be MCing. And then I've got another guy, Philip, who is a coin carrier as well. Actually, he's not a coin carrier. His partner is. Anyways, his partner in crime is. Anyways, he's going to be out at the show. He's going to MC for me as well. So I've got 2 MCs. But anyways, each location, when we do it, will give an opportunity for people in that local area to get together without having to travel, right? Because I'm going to Mobile, Alabama, August 13th and 14th. Well, actually, I'll be out there a few more days. And so will Ryan, by the way, which is really going to be cool. But the plane ticket alone, Joe, was $1,000 just for the plane ticket. Yeah. To a small little airport in the middle of nowhere, it was $1,000. I'm like, that's crazy. So anyways, traveling right now by airplane is not easy. So I thought, you know what? If we can figure out a way to make it work, then financially, then we'll do some of this stuff for the people. It's easier for me to get on a plane and travel one person than it is for everybody else to get on a plane and come to me. Right.
Well, I'll tell you, if you do it here in Indianapolis, I will help whatever you want. You want me to look for venues, you want anything, I will be more than happy. Well, and I would be more than happy to even speak.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It gives people, for those of you who have never been to this type of an event, and I've never been to an event like this, honestly, because this is the first, you know what I mean? This was a brainchild of mine. I was at a millionaire, I'll put it all on the line. I was at a millionaire entrepreneur training meeting. It lasted for a week. And we were going through ways that people can elevate or leverage up was the idea, right? So the thought came to me, like, speakers who want to be in the limelight a little bit more. Maybe they want to be motivational speakers, or they want to be keynote speakers, but they have maybe not so much in the way of experience on stage. Or maybe they've done a lot of speaking, but they don't have a video of it. They don't have photos of it, that kind of stuff, right? So originally I was thinking, like, kicking around this idea going, okay, well, here's the genesis of this event. This is how it started. It was like, okay, if there are people out there who want to be a motivational speaker or want to be a keynote speaker who have never done it or have limited experience with it, how do they get somebody to give them that shot? So that's where the genesis, that's where my brain started to, like, think about it, right? And then I'm thinking, okay, we're coming out of COVID. We're coming out of this post-pandemic world where people are like, should I network? If I do want to network, where can I go? And then people are broke. So I was like, okay, if I do this, I want to make it so the general audience doesn't have to pay anything, which means companies are going to have to pay to host this thing somehow, right? So I got that part taken care of another way so that the audience, it's free. Look, you're going to get, if you come to this one, it's in Escondido, California. It's called the SoCal Business Network Supercharger. Ryan, could you do me a favor? Could you put the link up, Ryan, if you're still on? I know he has the access because his wife is speaking at the event. Okay. So the idea was this. The idea was, actually, you know what? I can just share my screen. I've got it. I'm going to pull it up and share my screen, guys, because it just makes sense if we're going to talk about it. So the idea, Joe, was I don't want networking folks. I don't want people who are broke or are struggling financially to have to worry about how they're going to pay for it, right? So that's where the free. So
and you're even offering lunch.
So I wanted to build in networking time. So here's what it is. It's build your network. We're having 2 networking sessions and lunch. We're having 9 speeches, and we're having an hour-long LinkedIn training, free lunch, and catered coffee so that the people don't have to leave. And then I've got, if you come to this page, I've got all the speakers and what they're speaking about. And then I've got the event schedule here so people can see what time we're doing stuff. And so we're going to start at 9 a.m. and we're going to finish by 4:45. And then here are the event sponsors. Well, there's me, and there's Joel Cleveland's company, but that is what it is. This, I'm sure after this happens and people hear about it, more people in the future will want to participate as far as sponsoring goes. But anyways, this is the idea. It's free admission. All you have to do is click this button and it takes you to Eventbrite. And then here you sign up. As you can see, it's free. You just have to, well, this is my version of it, but anyways, it's a free, you just hit the register and sign up. Okay. So that's the deal. I'm going to be, like I said, the idea started with the speakers in mind, but then you know how I work. I try to figure it out from all angles. How do the companies benefit from this? How does the audience benefit from it? So I really tried to create this 3-way win for everybody involved, which is, the speakers, the sponsors, and the general admission. So I'm really excited. It's a model I think that can work over and over and over again. So what are the speakers going to get, Joe? The speakers not only get to speak, obviously, and I'm promoting them on social media, which is great because everybody knows I have a large network.
Right.
They get a backlink on my website. They're going to get video highlight reel of their speech. And they're also going to get professional photos because, again, if anybody's forgotten, that's what I do. So I'm going to have the cameras going. They're going to get nice package to go on their media kit so that then they can advertise themselves and try to get some of those motivational speeches and keynote speaking opportunities that they weren't going to get before. So
I think it's awesome. I really do. And it just shows so much. And, I really, for you, what you're doing for everybody out there, it just shows how much of a leader you are. I'm trying.
I'll be completely honest. There was times where I almost said, I'm just going to pull the plug because it was really, really hard because it's never happened before. So there was too many people like, one of the things I learned is if there's no skin in the game, people back out. I had 2 people bail as a speaker on the same day 2 weeks ago. One of them had a medical emergency in the family. I totally understood. Another one just decided I'm not paying the $1,000 for the airfare. And I'm like, boy, that would have been really nice to know before I advertised that you were speaking here. But, it's just one of those things that I almost said, it's just not worth it. But like I said, after this event's over and then people see how it works, like how many people are going to show up, the media kits that will be built from it, the free advice that people are going to get to take from not only the speeches, but also the training.
I agree. I'm really excited if you come to Indianapolis.
Yeah. I'm not talking about if, man. I'm talking about we're going to plan it.
All right, then when you come to Indianapolis, I'm all in.
We'll plan it. That's probably the next one. That's probably the next one I'll do.
All right, good. Well, I'm all in because I'd be more than happy to help on every side. So I think that would be awesome. And plus, there's so many people here, and not that Indianapolis doesn't have a lot of networking, and I really like what Brian Burke is doing, like how he just did. I think it's this weekend or it just happened already. He did like a live networking event as well.
Yeah, I
And
don't know anything about it.
I it's in Columbus, Ohio, so that's why. But I really like the idea when we get others together, like-minded individuals, and you brainstorm. And there's nothing about I'm better, this better, whatever. It's really about. It's not about titles. It's not about anything else. It's about how can one person help you, and
you take nuggets. You're taking nuggets, Joe. It's just like we were talking about at the beginning of the show with the funny videos. I've known about this strategy for a long time. I've never done it because I didn't think it was something that fit my brand or frankly that was going to be that effective for me. But I tried it and I like it.
I really want to go back to when you and I were talking about that. And I go like this. Well, I understand, Ira, but man, you should just do it. And no, it's not my thing. And I listened to you, and it was like, yeah, I'm still going to do it. And you did say, Joe, it works for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, everybody has. You have what you're trying. You have to always keep two things in mind. Whatever you're trying to do, what's the audience you're trying to reach, and what's your brand.
Correct.
And you want to find something that helps you reach the target that you are going after, and doesn't compromise your brand, right? So you have to be true to yourself. To thyself be true.
Exactly.
Right? So. Right. No, you and I talk about this.
Remember, and when you say true to the brand, and thank you, June, I appreciate that. When you said
June is one of my favorite people. I love June. June is down to earth. She's supportive. June is just an amazing person. This guy's okay too.
He is awesome.
Actually, Ryan's one of my favorite people on the planet.
He is awesome.
He will be here. I'm hanging out with him when he's here.
Of course. Well, I hope so.
Yeah, well, I don't know what we're doing. So everybody keeps asking me, like, what are you doing after? Like, I don't know, but we're hanging out. We're doing something.
Well, I've always said, no matter what, breaking bread lubricates the social wheel. So no matter what, go to a restaurant, sit down, and just start talking. And that just that helps in anything.
I think they're going to come over and get some headshots, but I'm actually taking my backdrop that sits behind me. I'm taking this with me to the event, and I'm going to be giving during the networking session. I'm actually going to do some headshots for people, and that's going to be complimentary. I'm just going to be like,
hey, background of Bowman Digital Media.
Yeah, no, I think I will leave the Bowman Digital Media on there because that helps.
If you're doing it,
that helps me promote. But then I won't have to charge them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
no, I agree. I think that's great.
Yeah,
that is awesome. Well, here we are at 7:00, and well,
next week on Cup of Joe, it's going to be over on Joe. It's going to be on Joe's.
Oh my God! Actually, Ryan, that's what's upstairs waiting. The kids, they already came. Chick-fil-A already came. I could hear them running around.
We're opening up a new Chick-fil-A in our town. I don't know that it's open yet here. I'm talking about Moreno Valley now. If anybody's from the Inland Empire, I think they actually have one in Moreno Valley, which we're excited about, but it's not too close to my house. But where we're going to be at, Ryan, is, well, he knows it's down in Escondido. They certainly have them in San Diego for sure. I don't know if there's one in Escondido or not, but yeah, we'll hit up a Chick-fil-A. I can always talk my wife into Chick-fil-A. That is not a hard sell. Just don't go on Sundays because they're closed.
Yep, don't go on Sundays; they're closed.
There you go. All right, Joe. Let's do this. Let's with a little bit of overtime, but let's tell people what you do and how you can help them increase their sales.
I actually really don't want to.
You don't want to.
I want you to tell because you do such a great job talking about the take it away layaway for.
I love it, bro. It's the modern day.
Right. Like I got a professional PR rep that does it for me a lot better than how I talk about it. So
I'm not as sexy as Poison Ivy, but I do.
Oh my God.
I do like that.
And you're definitely not as sexy as Catwoman, and that's my wife. So yes.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to talk about your wife. I was just talking about the voice of Poison Ivy here, just to be clear. But all right. If you own any type of high-end retail establishment, one of the things that Joe does to help people increase their business is take those people who don't have access to traditional credit or just cash, right? They're strapped for money, but they have a job, a secure job with a little bit of history. They can do, I call it, this is just, I made this up in my mind and we run with it because it's fun. We call it the modern day replacement to layaway. It's not really that, it's a short term lease, and I forget the actual terminology, but anyways. So
but you're doing good.
There we go. Okay. So what he does is he helps them, they get signed up with his company for on the spot lease credit. They pay you with that. So you get paid as an establishment right away. But unlike a credit card processing where you have to pay that processing fee, there's no fee to you at all. So it's the same as cash to you. You get paid on the spot, full price. Unlike layaway, you don't have to put it away and store it and then order another product. So you don't have any of that inventory issue or space issue. You get paid. They're happy because they leave with the product right then and there. Now, in full disclosure, they do pay a little bit of a fee. Yes, they do. But there is,
if it's on 90, not to cut in on this one, and you are actually doing great. I'm actually beaming inside. So
nice.
No, you can't tell. I am beaming inside because you just did great justice to it. They pay the initial payment. The only thing they pay if they pay it off in a 90 days is the initial payment plus the $25 buyout fee. If they follow the whole term through and they make payments on it, it's just like when you make payments on a credit card. They're making payments on it. They can pay it off in 12 months, 18, 24. It depends what they pick.
There's no prepayment penalties.
Correct. And you can pay it off at any time, even after the 90 days.
There
but
you go.
The most important thing for retailers is it doesn't cost them anything. And it's better.
No cost of goods sold. Hear that. It
Correct.
does not cost your
store to have it,
or your business anything.
Whether you're a tire store, whether you're an electronics store, whether you're a gaming store.
What's the minimum? I don't know that I've ever asked you that. What's the minimum lease?
They say $300.
$300. Okay, yeah. So obviously, guys, we're not talking about like candy and sticks, like shirts.
No, we're talking about actual retail items like
washer and dryers, jewelry, cell phones, computers, tablets,
cell phones.
You know how it is.
Jewelry. Right. It's better to have it and not need it than
do you use the term high end retail? I like that because it kind of lets people know.
I use retail because it doesn't matter if it's high end because actually I have thrift stores that use it.
There you go. And I know you do. You have like tire companies and stuff too,
so. And even used tire companies.
There you go.
It happens, and all I can say is if you know somebody that owns a business, I'll tell you one.
I know somebody in Shelbyville, Indiana. Is that your area?
Yes, that is in my area.
Bro, I gotta get you a client.
All right.
Why didn't I think of this sooner?
I don't know, but you were in Shelbyville, Indiana, but that's when I had COVID.
Yeah. Well, that one of those clients is one I'm talking about. Anyways. All right.
Well, awesome. We'll see.
Okay.
Another reason why you should come down.
Joe, the finance guy, can help you increase your sales without adding any extra expense to your operations. And
correct.
Honestly, he can help you turn the looky-loos into clients because now instead of just wishing they had the money to buy it, they actually have access to the money to buy it. So There you go. All right.
And one other thing, I also give. When you sign up with Joe the Finance Guy, you get more than just the payment option.
Yeah. Like he's gonna make posts about you, but he's also gonna look. This is the thing Joe does for all his clients. When you get Joe, you don't just get the payment option thing. That's the product. Yes, you get that. But what you get more importantly is you get access to Joe. And Joe is one of these guys who is going to ask you questions like, hey, why do you do it this way? Why do you do it that way? And then he's going to introduce you to people like me. He's going to give you ideas.
Correct.
I mean,
like for people that need something like today, somebody just said, listen, I need help, with credit card payments or whatever, like getting credit card processor for their business. Listen, I know a guy. And it was easy for me to go do that. You know that I've gotten people to ask me about websites, and what do? I talk to them about BowmanDigitalMedia.com. Why?
You
Because
know,
Bowman
I'm an
Dig-
idiot. I'd be an idiot. Hang on a second. Watch this. I should have. This is one of the cool things we did this week. We launched this website yesterday. Verbal Bridges is my newest Bowman Digital Media website. So if you guys want to see, I'm really, really proud of this website though, Joe, because this is the first time. This is in 3 languages. So there's an English version, a Spanish version, and a German version.
Wow,
So
great
you guys,
job, Ira.
yeah, you
It
guys can
looks
check
good.
this out.
It looks sleek.
So what? Yeah. So thank you. Well, I can't take credit for the design, the way. I mean, yes, we put it all together, but they already had the logo, and the like they had a media kit already established, which is not normally the case for me. Like usually, I help people with the logo design and the colors and all that stuff, but in this case, she already had it. However, this one scared me, Joe. Just pushed me out of my comfort level, and even my developer team that works with me. There's
But
5
you
of us.
got better from it.
Yeah, we did. We learned some stuff, but it was a little bit nerve-wracking because I don't speak any German at all, and I know just enough Spanish really to be dangerous. And the rest of my team is in India, right? So they don't speak German or Spanish there either. So it was an interesting assignment for us. But Maribel Reina, who owns this company, what they're doing is they're helping teach people a second language or a third language, if you will, in German, Spanish, or English. So the name of the website Verbal Bridges is because, by learning these other languages, then it makes you viable in these other areas so that you can move or work in different locations. That's the idea. But like I said, I'm really proud of this website. We built this week. So this website took us 45 days to build, and you know that for me, that is a long time.
I know. Well, I was thinking because I think you did Joe the Finance Guy over a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I first started doing this, and Joe was my guinea pig. I mean, Joe the Finance Guy.com was the first one I did commercially. So that one took me 4 days, is actually how long it took from start to finish. And then so I was advertising. Back then I was doing a website for, I think I started, my price was at $1,000, and then I quickly changed it to 2,000, like almost immediately. I think is the way that I was doing it. But I was saying, no, you got a discount, but you were also my guinea pig. So,
Yeah,
so I told people, I'm like, okay, so $2,000, 4 days after you give me the stuff that you need to give me, and then I can just get to work, right? But now we do a little bit more. Honestly, we do more for the build outs than we used to. So there's some back end structural stuff that I do. It's a little bit more intricate, is what I'm trying to say. So normally we tell people under 2 weeks, and that's our normal.
Hey, before we go, can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ryan is always on, and I'm just throwing this out there. Why? And he's doing all this stuff. And Ryan, you know I love you because we're both veterans. Why isn't he the producer?
We could, but then we'd have to pay him.
Okay, he's here anyways.
I don't. Yeah, Ryan, you're here anyways. You want to be an active part of our show? I mean,
my God, Ryan, I would do it with you in a heartbeat. Just put him in. If he didn't want to be,
he's a little bit introverted though. Honestly, he may not want to be on camera.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be on camera. He could just, as long as we let him in, and he's backstage, he could always produce and do the same things. Like he could click on all those.
I don't know about that. Can you?
Can I? If
I think I'd have to add him as a user on my streamer.
Oh, you would.
Which I wouldn't mind doing. I mean,
and I wouldn't mind doing it either.
Yeah.
Either way.
We can figure it out. All right.
Isn't that
Stay tuned for next week when Ryan Jackson joins the show as
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just lobbed you in on that, Ryan.
We just volunteered you, Ryan.
I mean, you're used to it. You were military. It doesn't matter.
You've been voluntold, baby.
Yeah. But the other thing, I think that's what, because I'm thinking about Brian Schulman, Nancy
Yeah,
Deborah, and
yeah.
Tim Cohn.
The Saturday.
They have to do something if they're all on there doing it. One of them is doing the producing part.
Yeah, and I don't think you were able to do that the whole time with StreamYard, but that is something that they added.
I have some
filter issues, and your friendship is enough.
Friendship is enough.
Nice.
All right. Well, we love you, brother.
We do.
That's all right.
Okay. Anyways. All right. So
Oh, as far as pay goes, okay, then that's good. Friendship is enough. You heard it.
I'm down with it. We
I am too.
can advertise some stuff for Ryan too, so that'll help him.
Yep.
Okay, so Ryan, we will be in touch. Actually, Joe's going to be setting up the show next week, so Joe.
Yep. So I'm going to have to learn something new this weekend. Thank you, Ryan. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome.
I'm actually really happy with your lighting, bro. The more I'm looking at you, like
I'm actually really impressed. If you saw the back cave, it's like where the lights are and how it is on the green screen.
Yeah,
I did a good job. So
did you use regular lights or did you use like soft lights or
no? They're well, I don't know.
Well, I want to replicate it. I've got room. I could do that.
I mean, they're the big lights that Rob Deptford told me about, like the big, like I just got them off of Amazon or whatever, but Rob told me about them. And they're white. And then I have my
inside a box. Is it inside a box or no?
Yeah, it's inside. Well,
okay, so they are soft lights. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Well, sort of like a box. It's more like
a random comic guy. I can be the random comic guy. Yeah, he's gonna be the guy that, like, the producer. Every like 10 minutes, he pops in with some random.
Right. Right. That's fine. I think that would be good.
I think that could be a lot of fun.
I am too. I'm going to learn how to do that this weekend on StreamYard.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We can hop on a call.
Good. Well, listen.
All right, Joe. So we didn't check in on weights. How you doing? How's your weight?
Oh, I remember as much as I gained back.
Yeah.
For vacation.
Yeah, but then you got back down.
Yep, I'm back down totally. So I'm good. I'm good.
My weight went up a little bit.
No, and I'm feeling good. I can't wait till I do this thing with Randy McNeely and Zach. Zach D. I'd mess up your name, Zach. So sorry. Demopoulos. Well, whatever. But we all send our weights in on Monday to check on each other, like where we are.
You got accountability partners. That's good.
Yep. And so I'm back down. So my goal originally for August 1st was 240. And by January was supposed to be 209. I readjusted my goal because when mistakes happen or things happen, you don't look at the mistake. You look at how can I fix it? How can I fix it?
Right.
And that's anywhere in life. So what I did was I adjusted my goals, and instead of August 1st, I'm going for September 1st now, 240, which I know I'll hit it. I'll be past that. And then 240 for September, October 230, and November 220, December 210.
I started playing basketball last week with my son. So I'm doing basketball a couple times a week. And I think that I think everybody knows this, right? Muscle's heavier than fat. So I'm still losing the fat.
Right.
But I've noticed like my muscles and stuff are more,
Yeah, I mean, you saw the picture that I posted. Yeah. I mean, I was
202. What I'm trying to say is I was 202. Before, remember, I got down to 198 and I was so excited because I was under 200. That's all I was so excited when I got under 200, but now I'm 202.
Yeah, so. But I'm telling you, keep doing it. You don't get stuff right away.
No, I know. And like I said, I just tuned up. I extended the length of not eating, and I know that that's going to have a positive impact.
And confuse your body a little bit because there's certain plateaus you'll get into. Like this week, I've been eating way under 2,000 calories. There's no way I'm supposed to do 2,500, and I haven't been. It's been under 2,000 and probably under 1,500. Be honest. However, this weekend I'll zigzag my calories, and then next week I'll go back down again. So that's what I've been doing. But I'm actually hungry, Ira. I got to go eat.
All right. We're gonna hit this question. We'll hit this question with Ryan next time. what is a basic setup I recommend for lives? You got to have some type of, in my opinion, some type of backdrop, or make sure that your virtual background is tight. But like if you look at Joe, he's using a virtual background, but he does have a green screen behind him. So you got to have something there to help you. And then you have to have good lighting and some type of, microphone. So you don't have to have the fancy boom mic. I have a boom mic holder. In full disclosure, I think this thing is a giant piece of garbage. So I want to throw it from the rafters, but I ended up just putting the microphone on the desk in front of me. So there you go. If you like the way I look and sound, it's just some lights and a microphone. But some people also use headphones too. I have headphones. I don't use them.
Yep. I use my Mac computer. That's it.
Yep. All right, Joe, enjoy your evening. Right. I will see you guys. And remember, everybody, next week we are on Joe's channel. So are you going to go on Joe the Finance Guy or Joe Stepke?
I'll leave it. What do you think? You think Joe Stepke?
Yeah, I think, and I did what you told me to do this week, and we got some extra people here in the beginning. So we definitely want to invite people.
All right, then I'll do it under Joe Stepke, and I'll do the post on Monday.
Cool. All right, y'all. We'll see you. Thanks for joining in. Joe, the Finance Guy, and Ira Bowman's Cup of Joe.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
JoeTheFinanceGuy.com